Incredible greetings. Hello, hello, hello. Incredible greetings, everyone. Good morning. How art thou? How is everyone doing? All right, let's see. I got to get over here. And we got to get this all shared out. Now, let me go ahead and start this video out because, I've gotten a few comments about how long it takes to get to the content. If you guys do not know, this is, I'm going to say you're watching because if you're watching the playback, you're not watching a live. However, this is a live broadcast. This is not pre-recorded. So there's no editing to get to the meat and potatoes of it all. This is live. I take time out of my day to come on live and help people in real time. Okay. Just in case there are questions. I know that one of the major issues, with YouTube, especially, specifically, is people feel like, yeah, there's a lot of great information over on YouTube. However, when you have a question to like the content that's being displayed and you have a question, sometimes, the creators will come back and answer those questions. There's some creators that kind of have it built in to where once they post something, they will go in and they're going to answer questions like, or, comments or respond to comments, maybe for like the first 30 minutes, the first hour after they posted, or like maybe the first, like they'll do it like 30 minutes a day, like for a couple of days after they post it. But after that point, you really don't get any actual help or feedback or like there's anything that needs to be clarified. So I like to kind of bridge that gap to where I come on, and if you guys have questions, whether it's on something on my content or something that you have seen and you want to ask that question, you get help in real time. And as I'm going through things, I'm always looking at the comment section and looking to see if someone had a question about something that I showed. If I'm doing like a video where I'm showing a process, other times I'm just doing Q&As. So and if I'm doing a Q&A, I can't do a Q&A or a help session if nobody is on the live yet. And excuse me, it takes a little time sometimes for the algorithm and the notifications to go out. So yes, there will be time like in the beginning of live videos where there's no real information going on. I tried to make it where it's dead air unless like I'm really trying to concentrate on like making sure I share it out to everywhere that I need to share it out to. But for the most part, if you're watching when I say for the most part, I mean, it is what it is. When you're watching the playback of it, you can just jump to where the actual content starts at. I usually try to keep the screen on like a thumbnail. And what I always say, like once that thumbnail is gone, that the actual questions or the meat and potatoes of it is starting. This time I did not do a thumbnail, so you'll pretty much see my screen for our website. And the moment I get like a question, because today's topic I put is Canva the best software, but we're really going to talk about Canva, Silhouette Studio, and Photoshop. But once you see it switch over, so if you want to, from this point, you're like, I don't want to wait for the sharing out part, I'm letting you know now. It's going to be on our website screen until I get through like the official intro. And once you see this change to anything else, so if you want to fast forward to where you see the screen change, do that. But I cannot control how fast the algorithm goes out. I mean, the notifications go out. I can't control the algorithm. Sometimes my Facebook page shows like it's only broadcasting to me. So I have to go in there and change it and change the audience to public so that people can share it out, because we want people to share our content. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood that most of my content is live broadcast now. I don't really do the pre-recorded edit. If that is the content that you're looking for, this may not be the platform for you, although I can guarantee you probably won't find better content, better education than what you're going to find on this channel. But hey, I get it. I understand if my formatting of live videos does not work for you. All right. With that being said, I do have to, I did try to get some of these shares out while I was going through that, but sometimes it really is hard to kind of focus on that sometimes. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish sharing this out. I just want to say welcome in to everyone. As you guys come in, drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know where you are watching from. If you can, go ahead, give this video, you can save you do it. Hopefully you're not watching while you're driving or trying to interact while you're driving. But if you can, if you're watching over on YouTube, click out of the live chat and give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment, even if it's just a good morning, incredible morning, hello, hi, hey, Fred, hey, any of that. All of that engagement helps the broadcast. It helps pushes it. It helps get the numbers up faster so that we can get into the nitty gritty of the nitty gritty of the video, like in a timely manner, right? Excuse me. So let's, good morning, everyone. All right, so let's see. Hey. All right, tap in with okay, copy, share. All righty. Yeah, see, for me, it is the first day of summer. I believe Broward County might still be in school, but day finished last Thursday. So it is officially summer. My children are home. So I'm going to tell you now, if the little one comes out, I can guarantee that little person. Oh, wait a minute. What happened? Wait, cancel. Is my live video not showing? Why is it telling me there's a problem? Hold on. Okay, no, it's working. So that little person just might come in here. So I'm letting y'all know that now. You might hear a little voice. Y'all act like y'all like hearing his little voice, but it can be annoying to me sometimes. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes it's like, come on, man, let your mama finish teaching us. He thinks he's a teacher. So I'm just giving you fair warning that it is summertime for me. So the kiddies are home. Okay, the chillins are home. Let's see. Let's post that. I'm going to save my I'm going to save my @everyone for later because I have a post that I want to make. So we're going to save @everyone for that. Uh-oh, hold on. And then I do have some memorial ribbons that I have to make a little later on. All right, so we are all shared out, and almost forgot to get my all right, so let's start that live video over there. Okay, so incredible morning, incredible morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys so very much for joining. You could have been anywhere today, been watching any video. I thank you that you saw my notification and you decided to click on the professor's video. Hey, just say, all right, so let's get into this intro and then hopefully we will have some questions come in, but I'm also going to kind of start us off with where we've been at for like the last couple of videos, trying to get, it's always something, right? Today I don't have a class to kind of run off to, but it's always like something when it comes to talking about these platforms, Silhouette Studio versus Canva versus like Photoshop, which are my main three. There are other design platforms out there, but those are like my major three. And those are the ones that I tend to see the most like questions for, or like requests for content on. So we're going to kind of discuss those. But I am Shakia Lavelle, also known as Shakia, the professor of HSINK365. We are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. We carry the absolute best sublimation paper and ink. If you don't know, now you know. Our sublimation paper allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees as fast as 30 seconds. No butcher paper is required. When I'm doing shirts, also, combined with the quality of shirts I use, I don't lint brush, I don't tape, I don't put butcher paper on the inside, I don't put butcher paper on top. I lay that shirt down. Oh, I also don't pre-press. Lay that shirt down, put that print down, press it for 30 seconds, and we are done. Well, I'm not saying we're done, because for me, my method to remove that line of demarcation is to put butcher paper or some type of cover paper on top and then press it. Add heavy pressure for about 10 to 12 seconds. So I'm not going to say it's like quite done in 30 seconds, but like most blanks and things like that, I'm done in like 30 seconds. It's a really, really efficient paper. The ink release is incredible. Our ink comes in 140 milliliter bottles, so you get more bang for your buck. I have now a Canon TC20. I have some content coming out because some people have asked about our pigment ink, because that the Canon TC20 is a pigment ink printer, and I have been asked, can you use Honestly Speaking ink in it? So we've already put the black in there, and we've done like, I had some prints that was before, and I print out, but black, okay, of course it's black. We want to really see how those other colors come out. So I will have some content coming out soon because all of my other colors are low, my cyan, magenta, and yellow. So I will be showing the process of how to, you have to keep the Canon bottles, but I will be showing the process of how to basically refill them. You will need the syringes and needles, and then putting them in the Canon and just seeing the color. So we have some images that we printed out with the original Canon ink. And then once we put the Honestly Speaking ink in there, we're going to print those out, see if there's any difference, which I don't think there will be. I know for sure there probably won't be, because the colors are really, really the same. So we're going to put that in there because the Canon ink, hunty, it is quite expensive for the little bottle that you get. So with our ink getting 140 milliliters, hey, you're definitely going to get more bang for your buck. So those videos will be coming soon. So we sell sublimation ink and pigment ink. All right. I am a Silhouette Studio, or Silhouette kind of all of it instructor. I have been using Silhouette for, now my niece is 10, so I've been using it for about 11 years. I've been teaching it for about nearly a decade. Like, so I'm new. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I've been teaching Silhouette for nearly a decade now. Online, we eventually started our academy, and we do have detailed, structured classes. I love. This is not sponsored. I'm not affiliated with Silhouette America. So do know that when I am recommending it, when I'm talking about how great Silhouette is, I love the machines. This is true. Like, this is from the heart. This is true. And like what I found to be true in my business, how it helped my event planning business, when I had that at the time and not having to cut everything. So know that these are true, authentic reviews. And I say Silhouette system. The program, the machines are absolutely amazing. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized I talked about our product and I forgot to put on content disclosure over on TikTok. So let's go ahead and do that before they go ahead and suppress my video on my live. But yeah, I teach Silhouette Studio mainly because I really believe that understanding the design components of it is the foundation. You really can't do anything. These printers mean nothing. These cutting machines mean nothing. The ability to send DTF prints mean nothing if you don't know how to design, unless you are going to completely rely on designs from others that are sized exactly how you need it. Even if it's just a matter of how do I size this? And I guess I should have changed the screen because I promised them that, hey, I would change the screen. So let's just do that so people know that we're kind of talking about the programs and things now. Even if it's just how to size it, because I'm seeing a lot of that in groups, which seems like a really, really simple and easy thing. Like it should be like self-explanatory, right? How do I size? Like, why is this coming out the wrong size? I did X, Y, and Z, but when I go to print it out, it's too small. Or I created X, Y, and Z. When I take it over here, it's blurry. Why is that? So those what are really fundamental, foundational. I'm not going to call them easy. I'm not going to call them basic. They are foundational things that one should know the moment that you want to get into any type of graphic designing. If you want to be a graphic artist, these are things that are foundational, the things that you should start with. I know we're in these groups, we get excited, we see all of the things, but it's like, ooh, do I have the foundational skills to be able to do this, the foundational knowledge? And that's kind of where I come in at. I have 26 years. So I have nearly 3 decades in graphic designing and creating things. So my skill set is a little bit more advanced. And I know that can be intimidating. And we see all of the wonderful things that people are making, and we want to jump straight to that. But you have to understand the foundation. I push foundational learning every single time I'm on this platform, because that can be the most frustrating part. And in some of these groups, because you have those who have passed the foundational part, they can make you feel a little like duh, because you don't understand those things. So I try and bridge the gap. If you know some others who need that, they need their bridge, right? It's like, I see all the great stuff. Yeah, I want to jump to it, but I don't want to feel like, I don't know what I'm doing, I need that foundation. If you know some people who need that foundational help, send them our way, tag them, click share, copy the link, send it to them in a text message, in an inbox, any of those things, so that they can get this foundational information. The other thing that I see a lot of the times, in the groups, is just questions about programs and which one is going to be the best program to create designs for whatever it is that you're trying to do. These are all great softwares, but they all serve different purposes, which is why I kind of filter between the 3 and a few others for me. Like I also have Illustrator in the rotation for me. So I mainly use Silhouette Studio, Photoshop, Illustrator, Canva. And if I need to, like, just regular documents, of course, I am using Word, Excel. So I do have quite a few programs that I am using. When it comes to print, I pretty much print from Silhouette Studio, and I will explain why I personally prefer to do it that way, which I can do the same thing from like Photoshop and things of that nature. But to me, Silhouette Studio is always just kind of like easier because it's like an exact page size. But you can do that in Photoshop as well, and then just move everything over like once you save it. But I don't know. For me personally, Silhouette Studio is just easier. So for everyone that is watching live, or even if you're watching the playback of this, if you guys can engage a little bit and let me know, what programs are you using for design and or printing? Okay, let me know, what programs are you using for design and or printing? And hello to everyone that's on TikTok. Thank you guys for double tapping the screen as you guys are coming in. Even if you're not going to comment, if you are able to take your little fingers and double tap and get those likes up, it will be greatly appreciated if you can double tap the screen. And as far as everybody on Facebook and YouTube, just give it a single like, and that would be great. Silhouette and Canva, okay. You use Canva. To answer your question, I use Canva, all right? So for those of you guys that are using Canva, what is its appeal to you? Have you come across limitations? What are the things that's most appealing to you? And what are the things that are limiting to you that makes you like dang it, I wish this had X, Y, and Z? Oh yeah, I do have Corel Draw as well. I don't really use it as much. I used to use it a lot back in the day, but now I don't use Corel Draw as much. Corel Draw, Photoshop, and Silhouette Studio. Okay. I came in after you started. What is this used for? What is Canva used for? We are going to talk about that. User friendly. I've had a chance to explore too far. Oh, you haven't had the chance to explore too far yet? I just use it for background removal and to grab elements, and back to Silhouette Studio you go. All right. All right. So I guess it's going to be a conversation between me and the folk over on TikTok. Welcome, NV. What is Canva for? Yes. All right. Perfect. Are you able to save your projects on a USB drive on Canva? You are. All right. So since we're here, let's talk about Canva and what it is, what it isn't, what you can do with it. All right. So Canva is a fairly newer platform. It is growing by leaps and bounds it feels like every single day something is like added to Canva. Okay. Originally, when it first started out, because of the big like boom of Instagram, and everyone is using Instagram, and it's like you want your page to be aesthetically pleasing. During the time of the pandemic, it was a lot of coaches created, right? Everybody started a business coaching, teaching something, how to be recession proof or make money during the pandemic and stuff like that. So there was a lot of like posts and things that had like a list, top 3 things to da 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 da. Like it was all, if you remember during that time, like Instagram was really heavy on a lot of text-based. People were not doing a lot of content like out and about, like you're kind of seeing people out and about and, lifestyle posts and, we're back to it now. But there was a period of time where it's like, okay, you got to still have your content, but we weren't out. Like they were telling us to quarantine, stay in. So what were people doing? They were creating content in-house and using a lot of text-based posts, but that can get kind of boring, and that kind of goes against what Instagram's algorithm really wants. So they started creating like carousels and like the swipe posts. They were able to create text-based content and add motion to it. So it still saves as a MP4. It uploads as if it's a video, but it's nothing more than text. But Canva had the ability to add animation to it. Okay. That's where it kind of started at with like the real big buzz and stuff of Canva. It has grown so much. Right now, we are in an age of which I do not understand this word, but I'm going to use it because of SEO purposes, but it really makes no sense to me. I have no idea why they are calling it digital marketing, because as somebody with a marketing background, that is not marketing. You are selling a digital product, but the whole industry is called, be a digital marketer, meaning you're just going to sell digital products, whether it's a journal, a budget planner, an ebook, a coloring book, a cookbook, a class, whatever it is. Canva is really big for that now because people are able to create in Canva, create a link, and then they can just share it out. And it's like, oh yeah, we have a Canva template for you. And it makes it really easy to share because when you click on that link, it takes you right to Canva and all you have to do is just have an account. So it's making it really, really, really easy for people to get into digital products when it comes to Canva. It's great for ebooks, flyers. Now you'll see things like if you're, with people teaching classes, you can see there's whiteboards. You can create documents. Now, their documents is a little bit easier to add images to it, unlike doing it in Word, because like in Word, you have to insert it, but then you have to tell it how you want it to format. Like it could be a bit much. I'm also not a big fan of Canva's documents because there is some limitation, and you can do the same things in like a regular Canva doc and have a little bit more control to how it is set up. So I don't really use the doc one from Canva. I'll just use a regular Canva page and make it 8.5 by like 11. But you can create posters, you can create programs, you can create flyers, literally anything that you can create in other programs, you can do in Canva. But the appeal of Canva is the templates and the elements. So for those who want to have a little flair and it's like, look, I have absolutely no design background whatsoever. I don't know what fonts to put together. I don't know what images to put together. I don't know what backgrounds to put together. Canva basically takes care of that for you until you get to a point where you want to create your own. I see more content on people like, okay, I'm going to show you how to design from scratch. Oh, don't use the regular templates. But Canva was originally created for all of the templates that are here. It's meant to make your life easier. It's meant to be a what Sierra say? It's meant to be a 1-2 step. Like, hey, like just get it in, get it done so we can move on to the next thing. So they have art, like there are artists, they're graphic artists who have created a lot of these templates. So they've paired together the right fonts. They've given you great color palettes that are really they are easy to change. And it's something that is mobile based, which is a pro, and it can be a major con to using Canva. I, for one, have created brochures in Canva. I was in the middle of creating a brochure. And because it is web-based, you cannot download it to your computer. If something happens to their server, you cannot work. If something happens to your internet, you cannot work. I was recently in the hospital with Zion Imani getting his EEG because he has epilepsy. So they had to do the scan on his brain. And I was going to start the process of creating this project that I was doing. I'm not going to reveal it yet because, I would keep y'all put y'all in my business. He was finished. And I was like, dang, the professor is dope. But I was in the middle of creating this project while I was in the hospital design minds. I figured, okay, I have no distractions. I'm not at home. I'm going to be able to knock this project out. The internet at Joe DiMaggio was booty. I got nothing done. Even on my phone from the mobile one, it just didn't work. And I'm the type of person, when I'm designing what I was designing, although you can design from your phone, you can design from a tablet or an iPad, I need a bigger screen. I need a bigger screen, and it moves a little bit different on the mobile devices. So if the internet goes down, if their server goes down, you cannot design. So that is one of the biggest flaws of this. I mark my words, I really think that's going to change with the acquisition of Affinity. So I really think that Affinity is going to get better because some of the Canva elements will be put over there. So in a sense, Canva and Affinity will both become better platforms because Affinity is lacking in some areas too. But there are tons and tons of templates. As you can see here, resumes are on here, flyers, covers. I've seen people create like art for music and CD covers. There's newspaper ones now, and people were using that for like grad stuff. I've seen people use the newspaper layouts for programs for weddings and things of that nature. They're already in columns for you. They already have like headlines. They have spacers. There's all these different things that are available to you in Canva that are just ready to go. They're formatted, as you can see, already for Facebook posts, the ideal size, Facebook cover pages, stories, reels, like anything that's like one-to-one. So the box, which is great for Instagram posts, they are all set up for you. There are ones where they already have the motion for you. So if you struggle with, like, you see all these really cool reels and things are flying in, flying out, and it's like, dude, how in the heck are they doing that? Now, there are some, like back in the day, there was a way, there were like apps and stuff where you can do it right on your phone. But now, like with Canva, it just makes it so much easier to do them because they have preloaded transitions and animations and all sorts of things in Canva. I personally I like it for that element. There are some that are creating like shirt designs or for tumblers, for all my crafters, right, who are into like shirts and you want to make stuff like things to print to sub. People are creating in there. That's just not my Canva isn't my go-to for that, but trying to become, I'm really working. My stuff hasn't been posted yet, but I'm really working to become one of the Instagram girlies that like post and stuff like that. And Canva is that for me because it makes it so much easier to just go in like something like this. I can go and take pictures of our products. I can go take pictures of things that we've made with our Honestly Speaking sublimation paper. And all I have to do is just drop those static pictures in the boxes here, right? And I'll add my text to it and I can just save it as an MP4 and then be able to upload it. All of the things like this, where you just kind of have a static picture in the background and there's words that are just moving. There's also a video editor. If most people don't know that, there's a video editor. I posted a video. I was like, this is my very first video that I completely edited using Canva. You can cut, splice, add transitions, do all sorts of things right from Canva. So it's a very, very, very powerful application that can really add to your business. If you are a teacher, making more appealing and engaging and eye-catching content, like for the students to learn, there's a lot that you can do with Canva outside of just using it to create a tumbler or a t-shirt design. I really think that the power lies in all of the other things and not that. So in a nutshell, that's basically what it is. There's templates here, but there's also elements. Let me go into, I'm just going to pick, let's see. What do I want to open just so I can show you elements? Which one do I, big and bold. I like that one. And so you'll see this on, like for people who create in Canva and then they sell a Canva template. So I have templates that are compatible for Canva, but mine are not quote unquote Canva templates. I use PDFs because you can open up PDFs and be able to change things and move things around. For the like for what I create, that works better to where it's a PDF and it can be used in other programs. But you can have like specific, like they are actual Canva templates that when you click on it, it will automatically open up in Canva and it will allow you to adjust it and move things around and stuff like that. So it'll come up just like this. If you happen to share out, like create a Canva template and happen to share it out, it's going to come up just like this. And you're going to just go ahead and click customize this template. Once you're in here and you can customize it, you can change all the colors. If the words on there are text, you can retype out the text and instead of it saying big and bold, let me see. Okay, these are all, well, it is actually, for some reason they did theirs individual, right? But I will be able to type on this and I'm going to go Professor, which is really, really huge. Let's click on it. Let's take this down to, let's just take it down to 25 because I want it to be small. And we're going to make this a capital P, a capital R, And let's just move these. Now, the one thing that I am really, really hoping that happens with this Canva Affinity acquisition is the ability to hide things in the panel. So you can go to your position and you can go to layers and you can see everything and you can move it around. But you cannot hide anything like, hey, I don't really need this right now. The way around that, or the hack for that, is to basically just have an extra page that you're going to have as like a holding station to move those elements to in case you want to bring them back in. So you're able to go in, like I said, if it is a font, and change the text out and things of that nature. Okay. You can change out the color. So this is a circle. We click at the top. You can change the colors. But the biggest thing are the elements. Canva has so many elements. So instead of having to have subscriptions to other places that may have some of the same images, although I have my subscriptions and I love them, because I have subscriptions to Vector Stock, PNG Tree, Creative Fabrica. I get stuff from designbundles.net. Who else do I have? I used to use, what was it called? Mighty somebody child. So I have a lot of I used to have Vecties. I keep a lot of subscriptions because I just want a variety of images. Oh, I also use stock photos, things of that nature. But there's a lot of elements, like just graphic elements. There's shapes, there's frames, there's like letters, there's stickers, there's photos, there's videos, there's audio, there's charts, there's tables, frames, grids, mock-ups. There is so much. So let's do this. All right. I want to get the algorithm kind of doing its thing, right? So I need for you guys to type something in the chat on what you want me to search. So, and while I'm doing that, hopefully you're still here. I know I kind of talked about a whole lot of what Canva was, but to answer your question, yes, you can. It looks kind of weird on the computer because it doesn't necessarily say save. You're going to go to share, and then you're going to download, go to download, right? And once you download it, it will be on your computer under your downloads folder. You will then have to go to that downloads folder, put your USB drive in there, open that up, and then move it, which I will show how to do that. I can show you how to do that as well, but you will have to move it. We have to remember, going back to what Canva is, it is web-based. It's web-based. So when you save, you're not going to have the ability to go in and like save it to a specific folder and automatically have it go there, which is why there is nothing that says save. You get there by going to download. So whenever you download, it's going to default to your downloads folder. It is now on your computer, and you can move that to wherever you want it to go. Make sense? You can't save. There is no save. You can hit share and you can download. And when you download, you can choose what file format you are going to save to. Now, on your phone, there is one that kind of goes like there's a arrow that goes down, the arrow that goes up. They basically do the same thing. And on your phone, you still would have to transfer that to a USB device. But there is no option to actually it doesn't say save. You're going to hit share, and when you download, you are quote unquote saving that, but you're more so downloading it because it is web based. You have to download anything that you are getting from the web. All right, it's making sense. Yes, it does. I'm sorry. I might be missing something. I see share. So on yours, you can't show me because we're live. But on yours, you see something on your computer. you see something other than share? Oh, you mean in here? Save to phone, social, download. But it's still downloading it. Google Drive, download a selection, Dropbox. You're saving to those places. Well, actually, let me see. Save to folder. Yeah, it's going to save to the folders that I have on my, like on Canva, but it doesn't have anything to save directly to a folder on your computer. So I mean, if you can write it, if you can type, if I'm missing something, please let me know. But I've never seen anywhere where I can go and select that I want to save it directly to a folder. So you cannot, so if you want to be able to post it, you'll have to like either go to like a regular post or post it in our group, or you can send it to me in an inbox because it won't, I think it will let you upload screenshots to your to the live video. And if your screenshot, okay, so Nicole Gallen, are you on a computer or are you on your phone? Are you on the computer or on your phone? Okay. And while she's doing that, we're going to come back over here. So someone over here said elephants, peacocks, fireworks. Okay. We got no suggestions. Oh man, y'all are really, we sleep this much. Okay. On your phone, you still can't. So the question was, can you save to a USB drive? There is an option to save on your phone. You are still downloading. I said that on your phone, it's a little bit different because you can choose just save, or you can hit download, which basically they do the same thing. If you hit save, it just automatically goes to your phone. First, like when you hit down, it's like a little bit different, but they're basically doing the same exact thing. So I'm referring to on a computer. There is no way to save directly to a USB drive. You have, once you save it, it's going to go to your downloads folder. When you're saving it on, like from the phone, where it goes to, you still have to take that from your phone, upload it to your computer, or like share it to your computer, or plug your computer in to then be able to save that to a USB drive. So I think that might be where the issue is. You're missing the context in which that information was given, because there was a specific question on, can you save to a USB drive? So I was stating that you cannot just save to a folder. Yes, you are saving the file. You can save as a PNG, a JPEG, an SVG, a PDF file, but you still have to take that from your downloads folder and move it to a USB drive, or move it to your documents folder, or move it to your pictures folder. Or in my case, I have a WD My Cloud. I don't like to keep too many things on my hard drive. So I will take it from my hard drive's download folder and I'm going to move it to my cloud. That is what I meant by you cannot save. You can really only download. And I even mentioned on a phone, it's different because there's a down arrow and an up arrow, but essentially they do the same thing. All right, so we're going to search, since she put peacocks, let's search peacocks. Y'all know I love me a good peacock. That is the mascot of HS Inc. Okay, so we put in peacock, right? You're going to get graphics. And when it, like, so that's the part that's kind of weird. I don't want to get too deep into it because it always confuses people as far as like some stuff is like a graphic and then it's like elements and how you can utilize them. Because some things you can actually change the colors on depending on how they are set up. So these are all images, and I can always tell by if I hit edit image what kind of comes up. like what options you have. So I kind of know when it comes to that one. But there are ones that, hey, go back. Let's search Peacock again. So you're going, ooh, excuse me, you're going to see some animated ones. Some ones are just black and white. None of these, so this one is one where you end up getting the little color panel up here so you can make it one single color. You can't change all of the other colors on there, but you can change it as one. So that means that it is a vector file. Whereas with these, they are flattened, they're rasterized. They are a P, like, because there's no background to it. They are essentially a PNG. So you're not going to see an option to change like individual colors there. Depending on how it's set up, you may be able to use like duotone or just ways to like change the hue and saturation, but it's not the same for everything. Let's see any of these. So this is another one that's nothing more than an image, but some of them will be where you can actually change colors on them. So we're going to go back to all. You have photos, you have videos, and that's really, they actually don't have a lot when it comes to Peacock. I don't even like that. If you see a crown, that means that it is a pro element. You have to have the paid version of Canva in order to be able to export that. You're going to be able to see it all day long. They don't limit the pro elements because they want you to fall in love with it. They want you to want to be able to save that. So you're going to be able to see, even if you have the free version, you're going to be able to see all of the pro elements, but you cannot save the pro elements unless you have the pro version. Okay. So if someone created a template and they did not do the hack to utilize those pro elements, when you get it, you're going to be able to open it. You're going to be able to see it, but you are not going to be able to resave that file. Like once you go ahead and make some changes because you don't have pro. So anything that shows up with a crown, in order to export it out, you must have pro. But there's a lot of free elements as well. Like this one with the peacock. So that first one I did. So anything that doesn't have the crown is basically a free element that you can utilize in designs. All right. I see someone over here says fade. Yes, this is not, you have to remember, this is not a rasterized like program. Canva is really plug and play. Canva is great for vector files, and you can create those types of things. And when it comes to vector, there is no fading to it. There are no pixels. There are no brush strokes when it comes to Canva. So no, you cannot fade anything off because there are no quote unquote pixels. This is not like Photoshop and Photo P and things like that. And you have picked like the little gray and white boxes. So no, you won't be able to fade anything off, like masking it off and things of that nature. But they do have fade bars, which somebody introduced those many years ago, before, all these other sites started using them and started making them and uploading them. I will say I was very innovative in that, especially in the craft community, because like people's like, well, how do I hide this stuff? So I end up creating my little fade bars, which we have been selling for years now. Canva does have that as well. So it's the same concept. If you want to be able to kind of blend something off, they have a lot of different fades. They have radial fades. They have ones that are just kind of square. They have ones that are like for the corner, things of that nature. And you can always change the colors of them. The one thing that does kind of bug me sometimes when it comes to Canva is Canva only resizes proportionally. You cannot stretch and skew and things of that nature. So let's say like when you see people kind of designing and they will take 50,000 of the radial, like the circle fades, and they just duplicate them, and they will put it across the bottom of something because you can't stretch it out. If you try and stretch it out, it just looks weird because everything in Canva is to proportion. They do not allow you to stretch or skew elements. If you pull it out too big, then it's just going to start to eliminate and delete certain areas, okay? But you can use fades to create gradients or ombre effects. If it was something that was like you want it to look like it was fading into that color, we're going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and bring this to the top. One of the things that's really cool about Canva is the fact that you have layers and you can see what's in that layer. I love Silhouette Studio, but Silhouette Studio does not have pictures. They don't have thumbnails for you to see exactly what's on that layer. So that is kind of a one-up. And some people who were using Silhouette Studio, they would prefer Canva, even though it has limitations compared to Silhouette Studio. They like the fact that you can see your layers and easily move them up and down. Okay. So next question was, so is it best to download as a PNG or a PDF? That is kind of a loaded question because it really depends on how you plan to use it after the fact. If you're doing something like an ebook, or you're creating, like I've used it for different downloads, like for classes, or hey, this is how you act, like just for instructional things. And you can put hyperlinks. A hyperlink is basically where you click on something and it leads to somewhere else. People use them a lot in like planners. So if you have like your front page and you have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, you don't want to have to scroll to that. So like on that front, on that main page, you can click where it says November. And it's going to jump all the way down to the month of November, where you're going to have access to all of your plans and stuff like that for that. You'll also see them have it on the side. So if you see like the little tabs, you can click the one for March and it's like the same on all of them, but that one is a hyperlink. So whatever page, so the person setting up the Canva document, they're going to have all of these different pages. So whatever page March starts on, you click on that and it's going to go directly to that page. If you have a planner that has a monthly view, a weekly view, an hourly view, or whatever, once you go to like that main page for March, you might see at the top, week 1, week 2, week this, week that. So instead of like constantly scrolling to get to that, you click on that week, it'll jump to that page. So that is what's called a hyperlink. So something like that, you have to save as a PDF. If it is, you want it to lead to a website. So a lot of coaches, a lot of people who have digital products, they're teaching and stuff like that. Even with like digital products, it was really big on Etsy, where the digital download, like it was so much stuff. Feathers of Style is good for this, right? It's so much stuff that's in that file that Etsy's platform will never allow you to upload that much data, right? So when you have an instant download, for some people, like on their websites, on their Etsy's, or if someone kind of posts at different places, you might get the download might be a PDF. That PDF is going to have a hyperlink to a website. A lot of the time, like with Etsy, it's to a Google Drive, or it might send you to a specific like location, but it'll send you there, and that's normally where those files are stored. You click on that, you get access to it. Now you can download it. Those who are promoting classes, or right now, like affiliate marketing, where you are promoting for a brand. So let's say if I put out a ebook for Sublimation, I can go and have a hyperlink as they're going through it. Hey, where do you get your paper from? I'm going to go have that link. It's going to go not just to my website. I can have it point directly to the web page, because everything on the internet has its own web page. So I'm going to send them right to the page for the paper. If they already have paper, they need ink, I can have a link that's going to send them right to the ink. If I have companies like the Blank Spot that I get blanks from and I'm recommending them, or Johnson's Plastics, or whoever it is, I can have a link that says I get this particular ones from his. If I have a couple different places that I get different things from, I'm an Amazon a partner. So I can go and instead of just having it go just to my storefront, in that I can be like, okay, well, I got these coasters from Amazon, and I can put the direct link. It's going to take you right to that listing on Amazon. So you can utilize PDFs in that way, like you want to save as a PDF and not as a PNG. MP3 or MP4s, MP3s, MP4s for when you want that movement. So you can go and create. So I can make this element right here. I can animate it. I can make it rise, and it's going to come up. If I save that as a PNG, you're just going to get the static, or a PDF, you're just going to get the static image. I want it to move, I have to save it as an MP4. So depending on what you plan to do with it will determine how you save it. If you need it to be a PNG and you need a transparent background, like for DTF prints, things of that nature. If you are somebody that's creating artwork and you want somebody else to be able to take that and put that in their designs, whether it's Silhouette Studio, Photoshop, Illustrator, bring it back into Canva, Photo P, Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, Corel Draw, Photoshop Elements, Muse, InDesign. It doesn't matter, Publisher, Word. If you want them to be able to bring that in and there's no white, there's no color behind it, you're then going to save that as a PNG. Make sense? So let me actually undo. Let me explain that real quick. I had to bring that up. So remember when I said it does not allow you to stretch. You can't stretch or skew. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but right here at the top, it's not like a nice fade. If you look at like that, like the look on bold, you see a line. Do you guys see that line of demarcation? Let me zoom in. You'll see it now. But when I first opened this, right? So if I were to bring this one, there is no line of demarcation, right? But what I did when I first put this in here, I didn't grab from here and extend it to keep that feathered look. I went like this. And as I stated, you cannot stretch and skew. So when I did that, you don't really see that much of a change, but the image basically got bigger to where the feathered parts are not at the top of the box anymore. It's actual color. So now you're going to see a line of demarcation. I had to raise that so that I don't have a line of demarcation. I had to raise the top past it. Now, had I gone and simply from here, size it proportionally and then rearranged it, I wouldn't have had that issue. So that's what I mean by Canva will not allow you to stretch and skew. It is going to resize the image because it is made to fit within those proportions. I say that box because as you can see, you can make it bigger, but it's made to fit within those proportions. And if you stretch or skew it, it's going to cut something off. So here, I just extended it. And now if it goes up too far, I just have to bring that down. Now, here is where the issue is with Canva sometimes, right? And why you see people put multiple things like the fade bars on top of each other, because you now cannot hide, like really mask off the bottom to make it look like it's faded in there. So we would add one, and you can either just keep adding until it just keeps adding color to it, or you can make it smaller, right? To where you can bring the darker color. I'm going to just delete these for now. Okay, I'm just going to move this one. So you can make it smaller where that heavy saturation of color is right to the bottom, And we're just going to duplicate that and have to like move it over and layer them. And see, I hate how that overlaps like that, which is why most people use the ones like this, because it'll overlap better. Because if you try and overlap this where the color meets at, you're gonna see that line. Okay, but that is one way, and then you'll bring this one in, but shrink, it will bring it down. You have to bring it down some. So it's like, it's a lot. Whereas in Silhouette Studio, I can, which I actually did on this one, I do have the one in the background for that fade, but right here, I'm going to grab them both. And let's just weld this. So this is kind of how this fade bar is. If I wanted to fade off the bottom, I can bring it up. If I stretch it, of course, it would, like, to get to the part that's saturated, it would cover her face. But with programs like Silhouette Studio, you can stretch and skew. So I can have this fade be just here at the bottom, maybe add a little feather to it, or I can add another one. It doesn't have to go all the way up her face to have that part that's completely saturated cover up the bottom of the image. So that's a major difference between Canva and something like Silhouette Studio or even Photoshop, where you can stretch and skew elements. Make sense? Y'all see the difference in that? Thank you for the follow. All right, so I'm going to take a quick pause from running my trap and open the floor to questions that you guys have. If you're watching over on TikTok and you want to jump in the box to verbalize your question, you're welcome to do that as well. Okay. Thank you for the share. Makes sense. That's why I'll always be a silhouette girl. She says, wow. See, it's those little things. I'm not saying that Canva is not a great platform, but when you want to do certain things, it's like you will start to feel like, is it me? Is it something wrong with me? Why is it mine coming out like everyone else's? If you don't have someone to show you these little, like, they can be, no, I'm going to say little things, like these important things that you need to know. So while fade bars and using them in Canva can be great, I'm going to just delete these. If it, we just put fade in, we might go to the one, like the first one we see, that's the color that we want. But because that has a distinctive like cut off, it doesn't operate the same. So if I were to use, let's say this white one, and I'm just going to duplicate, I'm going to hold down Alt, click. See, as I overlap them, because the end is faded, you don't see a line of demarcation. But you also have to add, we did to get across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can probably take away a few of them, but it takes a lot of those to go across, when in Silhouette Studio, I can take one and just spread it across. Any questions? Any questions so far? Any questions? This is your time. I am someone that I welcome questions. I don't think any question is a dumb question. If you don't know, you don't know. And the moment you get that information, it makes you, a better creator, better designer. It can shave time off of your designing, because you're trying to figure out this thing. And sometimes you're trying to figure out something or make something do something that it just simply will not do. So you're essentially wasting time, because it'll never do the thing that you want it to do. So the floor is open, whether it's about designing specifically, if it's about a process, a method, if you want my thoughts, my opinions, or whatever, my perspective on things, the floor is open for you guys to jump in the chat and pick the brain of the professor. incredible morning. Thank you guys for the 2,400 likes over on TikTok. Hopefully you guys are giving this video a thumbs up on Facebook and YouTube. If you are on YouTube, you do have to click out of the live chat to give the video a thumbs up. Make sure that you guys are following, you are subscribing, sharing, tagging friends. Just joining, where do you get the elements for Silhouette? I'm not sure. Which elements are you referring to? Like just any elements in general? I use Canva for elements. If it's something that I want, because I pay for Canva Pro. So if it's something that I want on Canva, I'm going to, so let's go to, I'm gonna just do a new page. We're going to exit out of this. We're going to create a design. And I'm just going to hit poster just for the hell of it. And we're going to go to, excuse me, peacock. So let's just bring this peacock in. I will most times maximize it, right? And then I'm going to go share, download, and I'm going to choose PNG. I want it to have a transparent background, and I'm going to download. Oh, so someone asked, this is a perfect time, so I'll show PDF as well. So I'm going to go share. I'm going to go download, and I'm going to change this to a PDF. It really doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And we're just going to download. Okay, so any elements. I use Canva. I have a subscription to PNG Tree. I use Creative Fabrica, whether it's their free elements, but I do have a subscription to Creative Fabrica. I've gotten things from Etsy. I've just Googled items, like just Google clip arts or images, Etsy, Shutterstock, Vectorstock, Vecties. I create a lot of them from scratch myself. I take pictures and I manually trace things. So, I mean, there is no one place that you get elements from. Anywhere that has pictures, elements, SVGs, and you can purchase and or just download them, you can use them. If you have the free version of Silhouette Studio, you can only open up Silhouette files, JPEG files, PNG files, as far as just regular stuff. If you have business edition, I'm sorry, not business. If you have designer edition, like or Designer Plus, you can then open up PDFs and SVGs. If you have designer edition plus, you can open up embroidery files. If you have business edition, you can open up AI files, EPS files, and things of that nature. So depending on which version you have, it allows you to open up more files. So I've downloaded that, right? I'm going to come over here to Silhouette Studio. And I'm going to just go to my downloads folder. We are, by today, I'm going to just take this one, drag it and drop it into Silhouette Studio. I'm going to drag and drop the PDF also because I have now, depending on, it's going to save based off of whatever whatever the file name was at the top is how it's going to save. So you are going to have to come back into your downloads folder and rename that so that it doesn't just say untitled or you may end up having 30,000 of the same name. Like if you did give it a name, it'll just keep saving as that. So you do want to make sure that once you download it, you do go and give it its own unique name. So if I take this and drag it up, it's going to ask me if I want to open it up as a vector or as an image. So here, oh, it won't let me. Okay, it won't let me bring over that particular page, but it says page range if you want the current page. So let's say if it's a PDF and it has a bunch of different pages to it. And so you have to tell it which page you want to open, and then do you want to open it up as a vector or as an image. So even if it's something that was flattened, even if you choose vector, so I hit vector just so you can see, it won't let you do anything with it. It won't let you ungroup it or anything like that. But if it was, in fact, something that was layered and it was done in a vector-based program and it was in layers, you would be able to ungroup it and then bring it in. So here, if I go like this, I can ungroup, but it just has a background. This right here, you cannot ungroup. It just gave me two white backgrounds to it. All right. So I cannot ungroup this because it's not a vector. It was flattened. It was a flattened image. I just saved it as a PDF. So I can't do anything with that. If I go in and open this up as, I hate the fact that it goes to this screen and you guys can't see it. And this is the only thing it doesn't allow me to move. So it's saying open. I'm going to choose import as an image. I'm going to make my DPI 300 and I'm going to import. I was trying to set up a design in Canva. It limited what I guess what you could do. I was frustrated. Yeah, I mean, depending on what it is you're trying to do, it can have like some limitations. So as you can see with this one, when I open it up as just an image, it is a transparent background and it's going to come in, it's going to be great quality. So either one will work. If I take that same one and I open it up in file, open, downloads. We're going to open up this PDF. It's 300. It's going to open up as an 18 by 24 because that's the page size that I did. It automatically went to the resolution is like 300, and I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. So this over here opened up with a white background. In Silhouette Studio, it opened up with a transparent background. Here, it opened up with the white background, which is easy to remove, but that just goes to show the difference in how it opens up in different platforms. So it just depends on how you plan to use it. So based off of what you've seen so far and what I've talked about for like what Canva is, how it works, and just kind of showing some differences like between the different programs, what are your thoughts? Do you feel like Canva is the best design platform for your needs? Is the fact that it's mobile enough to make it your primary design platform? Continue to double tap the screen if you're finding this information helpful. If it's good information for you, let me know with some double taps over on TikTok, on Facebook and YouTube, a like, a thumbs up in the chat also. Thank you, Valerie. All right. Let's see. We did pretty good today. It was an hour and pretty much an hour of content. We probably spent like 15 minutes in the intro. So, and like me trying to share out. So I don't see any new questions posted. Canva is good only because it has built-in elements. So do you use that as your primary design source because of the built-in elements? And what type of designs do you create in Canva? It's like for me, it's great for flyers or I like it for my brochures. I like it to be able to add elements and things like that to projects like animations. I'm liking it so far for video editing, and I really do like having the elements, but most times I just take the elements out and bring it to Silhouette Studio. I pay for remove.bg already, but Canva acquired remove.bg, so they can basically add it to their platform. You can utilize, like if you get Canva Pro, you get all the other elements, but you also get unlimited background removal. Even though mine is technically not unlimited, it is kind of for me because I'll never use how many credits that I have. I still like remove BG over Canva. It's just it's slightly different. But if you just need a background remover, Canva Pro is worth it just for that. And then everything else just becomes a bonus. Incredible morning, Danny. I use it for work for everything, but Silhouette for personal. Okay. Yeah, those who have, like, let's say you are a daycare owner or you are someone that has, you had a summer camp. I'm kind of upset. I had so much stuff going on. I waited too late to enroll Zion Imani in summer school, and so now I have to find somewhere for him to go because my friend just told me there is a wait list for the first grade class. I guess they didn't really plan for a lot of kids to be in summer school. So there is a wait list. There's only one class and it's full. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with my kid. But like if you had a summer camp and things of that nature, you're not a graphic designer, you want to save on money, you don't have a big budget for marketing, branding, and stuff like that, having a Canva subscription. And a lot of these you don't even need a Canva subscription for because they have elements that are available for free, like templates that are available for just free 99. And you'll be able to go in there, change everything, use whatever fonts and stuff they have. Oh, that's another thing too. Fonts, right? With all the other programs trying to keep up with fonts, or you'll have to like download them if you use more than one computer. If you don't have those fonts downloaded on both, when you go to open it on a different device, it kind of defaults to like Arial, and it won't have that same look unless you have rasterized or converted to path. Like you've basically made those not text anymore. It looks totally different. Whereas with Canva, as you go from device to device, especially when using a Canva font, it's there and it doesn't change the formatting of your text. That's another like major selling point for Canva. But if you were someone, like I said, that just had like a summer school, a summer camp, you were doing something, even if it was like for your business, you can go in here and easily create flyers, just change out the basic information to your information, put your website, put your phone number, like with that one, put a schedule to it, download it, and you now can just upload that one as is, and you did not have to spend a lot of time designing. People really sleep on the pre-made templates. It's like crafters want to feel like they created everything themselves from scratch, but that's not a flex. Getting it done and moving on to the next project and bringing in them coins, that's the real flex. So someone had put fireworks for elements, but even if you just go to, like for templates and you put fireworks, you have all these different things that have fireworks included. That keyword is included in the template already. So it can be a great starting point for a lot of people. It can be inspiration for a lot of people. All right. So as of right now, we don't have a Canva class, but we do have our Essentials of Silhouette Studio program, which will be back live doing live Zoom classes for 13 weeks for the entire third quarter of the year. That starts in July. I encourage you guys to join early because the price will change. As we get closer, well, once we hit July, the price will change. So get in early now. You get access to the full 30 days. You get access to the 13-week refresher and study hall sessions that we just did in the first quarter. And you'll get access. You have all of those live sessions that you can refer back to get a better understanding of Silhouette Studio. There's always different questions. Each time I present the information just a little bit different for those who will watch like all of them back, but it's still relevant to those who are like in class. It's not like so different where I'm like moving on, still teaching the essentials. Right now we are we're doing live sessions of essentials of Photoshop, and it has been amazing. The feedback, we had someone last class that say they've learned more in the 4 sessions that we've had in compared to like the year they've been in another program. The way I teach it, it's relevant to what we do as creatives, crafters, custom, those who create custom items. It's formatted in a way to where it's going to teach you the most essential tools that you need to learn to get started, to be able to enhance your designs and just create different designs. So that is live right now. You get unlimited access to the playbacks. We have study hall sessions. You get access to the student union to be able to ask questions whenever they come up for you. So there's a lot of perks to signing up for our classes. So we have those, and there's a lot of other ones in the playback section. So definitely check that out. I'm going to be adding more digital products soon. And of course, our sublimation paper and ink is top tier. All right. So with that being said, thank you guys so very much for joining me today. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.